The issue that you were out at FEMA for, it was a freedom of press issue. Do you remember that? You can hear me, right? You can hear me, the words coming out of my mouth, right?
I can hear you, doesn't mean I have to respond to you.
Oh, best to be rude then, I guess? Wow. Why are you such a rude prick? This is a public service. How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Trudeau?
Yes.
Sergeant?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Rininger.
Rininger.
Yep. How you doing?
Rininger. We have met, haven't we?
I don't know, have we?
Rininger. FEMA? I think it was FEMA. Where did you respond out to FEMA? It was, might have been maybe not even 2 years ago. I can't remember when FEMA was stationed out at the county building. Oh shoot, I can't remember how long ago it was. So how you guys been?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You guys just running traffic here?
No, I was working at a festival.
What's that?
Just working for the festival.
Welcome to the. Oh, is this a off-duty detail or is this an on? Right on. So if somebody came up to you guys and asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to it, would you guys make a good faith effort to find out the answer to that question? Yeah. Sergeant?
Sure.
So the First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Any chance you could tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
All 5 of them?
Yeah.
No.
No. Sergeant? Could you?
No, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Can
That's
I?
what Google's for.
What's that?
What Google would be for.
That's what Google's for?
Yeah, that's what books and everything else is for.
Sure.
So you can look that stuff up.
You think so?
It's like laws that you can't fully all remember.
So you don't think it's important to know?
I'm pretty sure there was a point in time in my career that I knew it, but after 22 years, if I knew every single one of them, or
Well, we're talking about the First Amendment.
no,
You know what I mean? So it's not like we're not talking about like the 19th Amendment or something like that. You know what I mean? We're talking about the First Amendment.
Are they all important now?
They are all important, but you know, I have this conversation with a lot of officers, and you know, it's difficult to come up to an officer and say, "Hey, let's talk about the 19th Amendment." Right. What are the odds they're going to know the 19th Amendment if they don't know the First Amendment? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the angle that I come from, where best to start with the foundation.
Right.
You know, if we're going to have a conversation.
Food for thought. Were you in the military?
What's that?
Were you military?
No, sir.
Okay, so I was Marine, right? Marines have general orders.
Yeah.
They're like your gun bits. Day one, you show up, you gotta know all your general orders. And you gotta know them. They can figure it. That's like you gotta know verbatim how to say it, word for word. I think about like Creed, right?
Yeah.
If a Marine walks away after 10 years of deployment, is he not a Marine because he can't remember all 12 general orders, all 10 general orders? He can't remember the 6th one and the 4th one?
He's probably still a Marine, but how many forget? Have you forgotten?
The general orders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah. Not all of them, but you just, it's a lot, and there's a lot of,
Yeah.
you know, and if you don't use it, you lose it, right?
That's exactly. Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it. Absolutely.
But I would take
Absolutely.
a title away because there's also a saying, once a Marine, always a Marine. So like,
Yeah.
you're not a Marine because you don't remember all your general orders.
Right. Yeah, that's fair enough. Sure. So, could I give you my email address? Would you guys follow up with me and make that good faith effort like you mentioned? How long were you in the Marines, if you don't mind me asking?
About 10 minutes.
All
As a flight student or a flight aviator. I was trying to be a maverick.
Okay. All right.
What is it?
This is a public service.
You got that one?
What's that? Yeah.
Good for you. No numbers or anything?
No numbers.
It's like anonymous at Yahoo, or like the original, like getting the original.
Well, it's going to be at Gmail, but I own the domain also.
There's always like, if you use something, it's always like gotta have like a character or something.
Yeah.
There's something like someone gets anonymous at Gmail. Like,
you go long enough. Yeah, you go long enough in your string, you'll get.
There's always anonymous 962, or like the guy that got anonymous at Gmail. Like, the price someone would pay for that one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You said this
Is a public service
a public service
at Gmail.
How's that?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. What's your name?
Foshin.
What is it?
Foshin.
Potion?
P-H-O-C-I-O-N. Foshin.
P-H-O-C-I-N?
C-I-O-N.
C-I-O-N. Is that your first name or last name?
First.
Oh, okay.
So, Sergeant, I do remember now. And you referenced, oh, I can just look it up on Google, right? But the issue that you were out at FEMA for, it was a freedom of press issue. Do you remember that? You can hear me, right? You can hear me, the words coming out of my mouth, right?
I can hear you. Doesn't mean I have to respond to you.
Oh, best to be rude then, I guess? Wow. Why are you such a rude prick?
I don't have to talk to you, do I?
Do you have to be rude? No, you don't have to talk to me, Sergeant. You absolutely do not. But do you have to be rude? Do you have to be rude is the question that I asked you. I'm going to have a great night, but do you have to be rude? Would you behave like that? I mean, you've been great. You've been cordial. You've been pleasant. If you wanted to stop talking, yeah, I get it. He's a different person. I get it. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. I'm not forcing you guys to engage with me. Hopefully you're not already to that stage, but maybe you are since I dressed down the sergeant. Is that where we're at?
Huh?
Is our conversation done too since I dressed down the sergeant?
No.
Okay. No, you've been pleasant and polite. Is why I'm curious why the sergeant has chosen to be an asshole and rude.
No, I just said I didn't want to talk to you.
Okay, well, you should have started by politely saying that instead of being rude. Just say, sir, I'd prefer not to discuss my day with you or something like that. Something kind, you know. I remember everything now. This is it. This was. Were you a sergeant then? You were probably a sergeant then too. This is Sergeant Rininger arrested a man for his freedom of press rights. He arrested a man for his freedom of press rights. It was Dr. Sean Berry. He arrested PhD Dr. Sean Berry for exercising his freedom of press rights. Chirillo, is that what it was? It was nice to meet you. I look forward to that email, sir. Have a good day. Yeah. Do better, Ratty Rininger. We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.